Hey people, Indra here, 3v3, Catherine Purification Plant, blue team. Lambanator is a Ravener Alpha, a tunneling hero, great mobility, powerful offense, and a bit of support. Begins with a ranged weapon, there he goes, tunneling, which is fixed in 297, so that's nice. Alongside Noisy with a Force Commander, very strong offense, fighting in melee, could also tank, disrupt, and support. The Black Templars elite scheme, I still think this helmet is ridiculous. And rounding off the blue team is Dorn with a Plague Champion. Starts off with the damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility, and support Death Guard elite scheme. Red team, Knight of Light with a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption, fighting mainly in melee with the Thousand Suns elite scheme, so he's got the fancy blue purpley glowy sword thing. Alongside Thorinc with a Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting hero, fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing with some powerful control. And rounding off the teams, Aguxyz is angry on the east side with a Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects, very strong offense, disruption and support from the front line against Tyranids. One of the funnest matchups in the 3v3, just Orks and Tyranids flying into each other. Hormagaunts getting a bit too low. Looks like Aguxyz is going to quite handily, they can swarm the Ravener now, quite handily push through here. Can just walk over this tunnel, maybe even get the node down and cap that power. Still get a red when you walk over the tunnel, but I assume you don't get XP. If you get XP to begin with anyway. Banshee's getting messed up by this chainsword wielding Force Commander. He does like just over 50 damage, I assume, per hit if he's got 39 something DPS. So it's painful for these light infantry early squads, you know. Guardians did get a change in 297. Their battle equipment is now slightly more expensive, 10 more rec. And their Embolden was nerfed, which is the ability they get with their Exarch in tier 2. I think they knocked a couple of seconds off the duration and it costs slightly more energy now. So that sucks for them. It's a nice ability. I think it's 25% damage bonus, and I think it breaks suppression and also grants half courage damage resistance, 50% less. So it's nice, even if you're just using it for the damage bonus, it's nice. But being able to break suppression could help you maneuver to get a grenade in and stuff. And I'm not sure if that 25% damage bonus from Embolden affects the grenades. I mean, I don't think it says otherwise. I don't think it says 25% more damage from weapons or anything. It doesn't specify. Heretics here with an aspiring champion for Knight of Light, pushing through the west side with some sparkly Eldar help. What's going on east? Did they bash the node? Well, they're still shooting it. A bunch of dead stuff. We got Devastators up here for Noisy. Devastators with this limited firing arc, heavy bolter by default. Warrior Brood up for Lambanator to provide some basic synapse, because the Ravener Alpha doesn't do that. Gens coming in. Did they not bash it then? Or was that it? Did it get rebuilt and shot again? I'm not sure. They did grab the Eastern Power. Didn't node it though. I hear some explodey stuff going on. I thought that was a shotgun blast I heard. But these guys don't have shotguns, so it wasn't that. Battle equipment is in for the Guardians. Here come the Banshees with their aspect of strength. And they get in on the Devastators. It's really bad news for those guys. These ladies have power melee weapons. Devastators have heavy infantry armor. So they're taking extra damage from them. And Devastators only have the lesser form of melee resistance with a 20% melee resistance rather than 40. So if Banshees can get in on them, it's really bad. Thorinc, drops the Banshees as well. Overextended them. Force Commander was there to pick them off. And they dropped some Guardians as well. Heavy losses there for Thorinc. Did those guys have the battle equipment, I wonder? The Banshees definitely had the aspect thing. Knight of Light did say back, but I guess not in time. They are getting some more Howling Banshees up. And this is a 3v3, so it's a little bit easier for players to recover because they have the support of two other players. I mean, it's not always the case. Especially if the enemy team knows the damage they did and they really try to pressure it. Storm Boys on the field. I think these guys got some changes. Try and look them up in a second. Warboss falls over. I believe their Bomber Boy thing has slightly less radius now. I'm pretty sure there was another change. I'm going to try and find it here as we watch them flee. Let's go to the west side, see what's going on. We've got some Nurgle Worship. Chaos fighting Chaos here. Can I find the Orc notes? Combi Flamer in for the Chaos Lord. I know that got increased in cost. You got a bunch of adjustments to his war gear actually, this guy. Some cost changes and stuff. And his Icon of Khorne got a buff. He now gets 2% per hit rather than 1.5%. Orks, here we go. Storm Boys. Oh, they switched around the Knob Leader apparently had more health at level 3 than he did at level 4 or something weird like that, and they kind of switched it around and fixed it a bit. I'll look at those Chaos Lord changes soon. Let's see what these Banshees can do. Shotgun Blast comes in perfectly timed, just as they got into melee, although maybe not. Those tactical moves I think took a hit or two. Could have came in a little bit sooner. Force Commander now could be in trouble. Gets away, I think. Yes, does get away. Judges it well. Devastators maybe could have been used a bit more aggressively there. But he might have been caught moving kind of thing. Drop pod with Tactical Marines for Noisy. Banshees down to 2 models. They have the aspect of fleetness now. Tax can use the heavy cover of the drop pod to try and outshoot these Guardians. I'm not sure if they can outshoot both of them, especially since they need to move for the grenade. Here it comes. They just use the shot blocker, but down goes the drop pod. Here comes Noise Marines on the west side from Night of Light. Sonic Blaster shutting down ranged weapons and doing a bunch of damage. Can I find the rest of the changes to the Chaos Lord? I don't think the Plague Champion got any changes. Still has horrifically bad melee damage, for example. Chaos Lord falls over. Can I please find it while we watch this firefight here? Here we go. Chaos Lord Demonic Visage, which is his accessory that lowers damage on hit, lowers damage of enemies on hit obviously, was reduced in cost very slightly by 5 power. Combi Flamer went up by only 20 rec, so it's not a huge change. Dark Halo cost reduced by 20 rec and 5 power, that's alright. Harness of Rage cost increased by 5 power. And the Icon of Khorne, as I said, got a nice little bonus there, 2% per hit rather than 1.5. Should be quite scary with his claws now. 397 to 421 on the VPs. Shotgun Blast for the Banshees, jumping over cover. Warp Sputter Exarch, I don't believe this guy got any changes at all. Because he's perfect, you know, perfectly annoying. Plague Champion's perfectly disgusting. Devastators might transition a bit more to the west side. Maybe it's time they rotated over a bit more. Doesn't seem like Noisy wants to push mid. They're kind of holding it for now. Force Commander just in heavy cover, because of course he has a pretty good pistol. You can't discount it. If he can sit back in safety and shoot that pistol, it's worth it. Just going to eat that grenade. Although it did destroy his cover. Held on well there. That was well played. Experienced play from Noisy. Not just running in and having to retreat. Held the line for Dorn to join here. Who's eating Blastmaster shots left and right. So did the Tac Blob, actually. But they're going to get the VP back. Meanwhile, east side, what's going on? Lots of Daka on the power. Storm Boys have their Knob Leader. Warboss fully kitted. Bang Bang Hammer. Spiky Armor and Angry Bits. Barb Strangle doing some work there. Gormagons with Adrenal Glands getting charged, but there's a Crippling Poison. And they've got the suppression on the Sluggers, and then it breaks immediately. I'm not sure why it broke so quickly, maybe because of the War. That gives them some courage damage resistance, I believe. So they regenerated their courage out of it quicker because it didn't take quite as much. Maybe. Force Commander with Artificer for Noisy. Really makes him more survivable with a 200 health bonus, and look at his health regen there. Some pretty damn good passive health regen. West side turning red, they're on the power too. Is Thorinc, where's the Warp Spider? Doing some decapping stuff. Remember what I said about being annoying? Oh, Crack Shot on the Guardians. That's a global ability of the Warps for Exarch, but I believe it's 25% more damage and +7 range. It's like improved targeters, but not quite as much of a damage increase. Uh-oh. Grenading your own Banshees. Expect to see Crack Shot used on the Wraith Guard going forward to help those big Wraith Cannons deliver some damage. Chosen Plague Marines on the field for Dorn. These guys unique to the Plague Champion, with power melee damage over time. Stinky knives. Can they hold on here? Blastmaster misses. Chaos Lord has the Lightning Claws. 100 DPS power melee. Very, very scary. And of course the new and improved Icon of Khorne. Does have to run away here though. Armor of the Inferno did do some work though. 330 to 402. Chosen Plague Marines exploding. Plague Champion in there with the Plague Sword. Chosen Plague Marines persuaded to leave. Blood letters from Knight of Light spawned from something. Heretics, I guess. Global ability. Blood sacrifice blood letters here. They'll just disappear soon, so he's just trying to chuck them into any fight they can find. And red team retain the west side, 315 to 402. One change to the Ravener Alpha was his Corrosive Devourer, which is his amazing plasma weapon. Got a reduction in cost. I mean, it's a really good weapon, but it is quite expensive. I don't think it got much of a reduction. I think it's like 5 less rec, 5 less power, so it's like 145, 45 now. It's a strange price for something to be, I feel like. But did get reduced. I think his Crippling Talon got a cost increase, which is his tier 1 melee weapon, which we didn't see here. Knight of Light hits goes tier 3, I should say. The first player? Nope. Yep, the first player to go. Thorinc just started it too. The Razorback of Noisy can eat a Tank Buster Barrage. And survives it. The smoke bomb thing there really helping it weather that Tank Buster Barrage, giving it 50% range damage reduction, I believe. Or resistance, rather. Force Commander with a Sacred Standard now. And a Power Sword on the way for those big buffs. 272 to 402. And I mean, when you think of the amount of kind of upfront damage Chaos Space Marines can bring with their infantry, you start buffing that with a Force Commander, it can get pretty scary. I mean, lots and lots of heresy, obviously, but pretty scary. Chaos Lord tries to leave, and does. Yes, he gets away. Just saw some Nurgles rot. Trying to create zombies. You can't create zombies of the heroes, though, unfortunately. Chosen Plague Marines passively damaging nearby enemies too these days, which is very fun. It'd be nice to see that alongside the Icon of Nurgle for the Plague Champion. You very rarely see the Icon of Nurgle on the Plague Champion. It's kind of fallen away a little bit because other accessories are so good and they come earlier. 247 to 402. And I always feel kind of pressured to get them when I'm a Plague Champion, because otherwise you just feel so weak in combat. And his damage over time Holtcon isn't terrible. They did get nerfed recently-ish. The last update or so, which is probably quite a while ago now. Lots of losses for Aguxyz. Tried to join the party with the war truck, and they weren't invited, I think. But now they're tier 3. They're a tier 3 orc with very little upkeep, which is kind of fine. Look at that wreck positioning come there. Yeah, look, I need a wreck for tier 3 stuff. It's all good, says Aguxyz. And they're bashing power. Let's not forget. Corrosive Devourer is in. 43 plasma DPS. Recently reduced in cost. So they're happy. You've got a full bash and a decap. Warboss is here to use Ard Boys on himself. And our Crush or Warrior Brood model might get another one here. Why are they not moving? Sloppy from Lambanator, really sloppy. Needed to move those warriors. Could have Crippling Poison, and I think he was actually Crippling Poison. He had Crippling Poison on him and still got to the Warrior Brood and killed 2 of them. Should have been moving those guys. Fire Prism on the field for Thorinc. Knight of Light with a Chaos Predator on the way. Tier 3 for Lambanator. And then not far off, a Carnifex. Carnifexes did get adjusted. I believe the Venom Cannon is now more expensive. Was super popular in recent times, and the bioplasma that it gives you, I think, was toned down a bit in its damage, which could be super painful, especially if you could hit rear armor with it. There's a Nurgle Shrine. If they worship it, which they are, it means stuff can reinforce off it. Here we go. And you still got the heals, of course, and the suppression to nearby enemies if they get close. Scouts. Looking for some cheeky shotguns. I'm not sure what they were up to. Cheeky grenade maybe. Got plasma attacks here for Noisy. Where are the Stern Guard? Leveling up is what they're doing. Coming up from the Western VP. Chaos Lord chasing the Force Commander. Let the Galaxy Burn goes in. There's that heal on hit. 247 to 274. Triple cap for the blue team. They've really swung it. Not that they were super behind, but Lambanator was pinned back a little bit by Aguxyz on occasion. Aguxyz recovering with a tank here. Seer Council on the way for Thorinc. So I wonder if that'll encourage Noisy to get a Thunderhammer going. We'll see. Here's the Seer Council out of the webway. Squad of Warlocks with power melee damage. They can all jump on you. Got this awesome aura as well. Range damage reduction that they themselves benefit from, so they can be quite difficult to put down, those guys, if you can't control their movement. They're jumping all over there in your face in a second. Predator tank is a Nurgle Predator tank from Night of Lights. He's taking las cannon shots, taking plasma cannon shots too. Needs to move. But it's a tough old thing. It's a plasma cannon shot. Do these heretics have an aspiring champion? They do. Because doesn't he get a bolt gun now? Yeah, he does. Look, he's in there with the bolt gun. Awesome. That's fun. 2-to-1 cap here. VP is actually very, very close. Can the red team get on the VP though? See a Councillor in there, they're being suppressed by the Shrine. Force Commander goes after them, Force Commander doesn't go after them. What's he doing? Tying up the Wraith Guard maybe? Nope. He's running away. There's Nurgle's Rot on the Seer Council. It doesn't do anything by itself, but if he can kill something under Nurgle's Rot, he'll get a zombie. A Nurgly zombie, which is awesome. A zombie Seer Council would be amazing. You could jump it on something and then smack it a few times. Crack shot on the Noise Marines. That's nice. Good thinking from Thorinc. Chaos Lord might just brute force a decap here. Looks like they're gonna go. Looks like they're gonna try. Oh, let the Galaxy Burn first, of course. Let this specific area of the Galaxy burn. Somehow it didn't hit the heretics. All the plasma cannon devs that went either side of them. Are they going to be able to do it though because of the plasma cannon? Yeah, I don't think they are going to get a decap anytime soon. Just losing health for no reason here. The Chaos Lord could stand back and use let the Galaxy burn on cooldown kind of thing. Going to go down, I think. Are they? No, 58 points. They'll be okay-ish. Plague Champion could smack him. Nope. Plague Champion cannot smack him. Did well, the Plague Champion. Pushed back a bunch of vehicles. And the Wraith Guard allows his team to edge forward, create some space to the VP. Got that Nurgle Shrine going as well for the reinforcement. 247 to 151. Noisy is in tier 3 with tons of red. Just needs 100 odd more requisition. Or is it 650 for Terminators? I think it's 650. And it's 550 for Chaos Terminators, as we see here from Night of Light. So you might see some Assault Terminators coming in. Or maybe regular Terminators if they want Cyclone Missile Launcher stuff to go after these guys. Well, I mean, Aguxyz is here with Orks, so they could get some Knob Squad action going on. 247 to 128. Looks like some power harass here from Aguxyz again. Warboss is what? Level 4 and angry about it. Because of course they are. Charging through is a good charge. Can they cripple? No cripple. Gets all the way in there, but does have to retreat. Took a bunch of damage doing that. The charge, the Now I'm Angry, does give him a bunch of health regen. Kept him alive there, I think, you know. West side. Seer Council terrorizing some heretics here. Leveling. Level to 2. Las Cannon gets a shot. Nurgle Pred needs to be careful. Fire Prison doing some work from long range. Chaos Lord finds something to fight. Some friendly fire on that plasma cannon shot. Seer Council on them too. I don't think they're going to get away from that. Down they go. No more plasma cannon. Noisy's not spending Looks like they're going for Land Raider Redeemer here. They might be still deciding. Red team have taken the west side and are oh, there is a Terminators coming in for Noisy. They've gone for the regular Terminators. I can only assume that means they want the Cyclone Missile Launcher. I don't think there's a compelling enough reason otherwise. I don't think the Assault Cannons are a compelling enough reason to get them over Assault Terminators, and the Heavy Flamer certainly isn't. So expect to see the Cyclone Missile Launcher because of the Fire Prism and the tank. Especially the Fire Prism, this thing can be like paper with the Cyclone Missile Launcher shot. It's level 3 and it still has barely over 600 hit points, this thing. Speaking of shrines, got some Khorne shrines. They spawn bloodletters, which is fun. If you worship them, they'll spawn them more often. I assume they have exactly the same stats as regular bloodletters, but I'm not actually sure about that. Scouts being sneaky and decapping thanks to Noisy. Warboss has found him. He's not angry. He's not happy, I should say. He's definitely angry. Just kicked one. Can he kill one? Another kick. Couldn't get any of them dead though. Looted tank barely survived. We have the auto cannon for the Chaos Terminators here. Plague Marines getting shots in on the tank. This guy's still rocking the Blight Grenade. I don't think I've seen a Blight Grenade throw yet. They must have used it though. And it was probably on the screen. We do indeed see the Cyclone Missile Launcher Terminators here. Is the looted tank still alive? It is. Avatar of Cain on the way for Thorinc. Get the Glacier Burn. It's a big blob to hit with it. And now he's in melee, the Chaos Lord. Goes after the Force Commander. Taking tons of damage. Are they going to get shot to death? They are. Crack shot on the Wraith Guard. How much red is crack shot? I assume it's like 75 or something. Warboss comes charging. That's a really good charge. Done so many really good charges. Then gets a stomp. Got spiky armor, right? Is it spiky? It's so spiky. 136 to 119 for the Emperor on the last cannon devs. 25% damage boost. You don't get the range increase that you do from crack shot, but it would also affect melee damage. That's the difference. Crack shot, much more ranged focus, of course. I need to run from all these orcs though. It's a lot of Daka. Noisy says really in chat. So maybe that might have been Lambanator requesting a concede or something at that point. Because they were quite depleted, but they're recovering with the Swarm Lord now. Avatar is on the field for Thorinc. Orbital, nicely spread out by Noisy. I think it's only going to hit the Chaos Space Marines there. Did not hit the Orks. Warboss is power fisted to death by the Terminators. Only one of them remains though. And they're being chased. I mean, it's all piercing damage, which they do have some natural resistance to, but it's a lot of it. As you can see, I don't think they're going to get away. Down they go. And Seer Council were chasing as well. Well, double cap for red. They are getting a natural back. Swarm Lord hitting the field imminently. Avatar is on the field though. Looks like he's looking after the natural VP. Knight of Light asking for nukes. Nob squad on the way for Aguxyz now. And a Ravener Brood coming for the VP. Instantly going to get Wailing Doomed. Still hits a couple of them right on the edge. They are bashing power here, Lambanator, with a Venom Brood and stuff. There's a 2-to-1 now. Can the blue team get back on here? They're coming in numbers, that's for sure. Coming here in numbers. Oh, a Nurgle nuke. A pretty good one too from Dorn. The Imperial Abyss. Imperial Abyss. Which is really hard to say and not have it sound like Imperial. It's a whole different word. There's a decent nuke. Just killed the Spirit Seer Warlock. They're getting some Eldar zombies. Look, some Seer Council zombies here. Well done, Chosen Plague Marines. That was an awesome push. Created the space for the cap. Creating some more space now is Noisy alongside some Chaos allies. It's so strange to see that Aspiring champion with a bolt gun. I like it though. Nurgle Pred almost taken down by the las cannon. Can't quite get the last shot it needs though. Wrath of Cain, and now a Rocks set up by the boom shot. Nicely done by Aguxyz. Was that a boom shot? I think it was. Knocked them right back into it. There's a Wailing Doom as well. Absolute mayhem here at the end. Chaos Terminators of Dorn teleporting back to safety with no war gear, or no upgrade, I guess. That's what I mean. Force Corner's level 7. Knight of Light now with double Chaos Terminators. Where are those Lightning Claws, these guys? They don't have the wreck, I don't think. They do have the wreck. It's 70-70, isn't it? Oh no. Knight of Light now has Lightning Claws. 49-85. Wraithguard with crack shot again. Need to be careful, the friendly fire. Devastators live. Devastators live. Chaos Lord on capping duty. Level 7. What's this? It's a Nob squad fighting a Carnifex with no upgrades, and a Swarm Lord is here. Shotgun blast going in. Yeah, I'll say go for Thornback. Let's go full melee monsters. There's the retreat. Warboss, meanwhile, was capping, and there's a triple from Red, and there's GG from Noisy. Yeah, there's no way they can get to 2 of the VPs in time. A couple of good pushes at the end was enough. Knight of Light was solid. Kept the first Chaos Terminators up. Got some more. Thorinc had some losses, but they recovered. Avatar came out at just the right time to have an impact. The Wraithguard with crack shot was cool. Seer Council did some great work. Got to level 3. Aguxyz had those heavy losses, which really put pressure on the red team, but they recovered with a bunch of tier 3 infantry and that level 4 looted tank. Let's look at his heroes. Level 3 Ravener Alpha for Lambanator. Noisy's Force Corner level 7 and down with that support build that they had. I wonder if the Chainsword and Storm Shield would have been even a little bit more better. Plague Champion level 5 and down with his Plague Sword and stuff. Chaos Lord with his new toy, the improved Icon of Khorne. And some Lightning Claws level 8. Level 5 Warp Spider. Oh, he had Entangling Web. And Phase Armor. And the Warboss. The Claw at the end. Spiky Armor and Angry Bits level 8. There you have it, guys. It was a fun one. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.